We are supporting 12 communities altogether, 8 community gardens and 4 cold store. These are the following communities: Nyomi Lamen, Bantankiling, Iliasa, Salikenye, Daru Barakat, Konte Kundaniji, Alkali Kunda, etc. So, and also we are also building a model called aquaculture facility in Kerawan. As I said in my introduction, the project did not only focus in supporting livelihood development, but also capacity building. We have been organizing different trainings. For the past, we have trained the women on organic farming, organic fertilizer, how to compost organic fertilizer on their own, so that they will reduce the dependency on using these compound fertilizers, which many researchers have said that it's not very good for the soil. So we also train them on ecology and different farming, modern farming techniques, at least to better their farm production and productivity. So today's training, we are focusing on water management and also these cold stores that we handed over to them. Since we hand them over, we did not train them yet how to maintenance them, how to operate them, and how to manage them. So basically today's training focuses on these 3, how they can operate the cold store and how they can manage the cold store. When I say manage, is how they can use it, because remember, different people will be bringing their produce here. So at the end of the day, they need to be at least orient how they can put management measures so that it doesn't bring, misunderstanding or maybe misplacement of farm produce, etc. So the trainer definitely has trained them in all those things, how they should pack their farm produce inside to avoid misunderstanding, taking another person's vegetables and so forth. So they are also trained how to maintain the facility, and especially the solar panels, how to wash the solar panels, and how to know that maybe there should be a changes of the batteries and etc. So the topics were very broad, and it was very, very interesting. So the other topic also was on water management. We realized that since there is abundant water in the gardens, a lot of reservoirs and easy access of water, they will be just misusing the water in anyhow. So when we went there, the reservoirs that are there, you will see a reservoir. The capacity of those reservoirs is up to 4,000 liters, but then you will see that a very small portion, they will pour the entire reservoirs there up to an extent, they will exhaust the tanks. So the expert yesterday highlighted some of these water management issues to them, let them understand that it doesn't necessarily mean you should pour your beds until they are full up with water. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the time you can bed out of them. So there's just a level of amount of water you should apply on the bed. So they were trained on all those techniques and many more.
So near 1 meter by 5 meter fenke womu jaba bottle street 18 kilos yes
1 by 5 huh?
1 by 5 straight jaba bottle 18 kilos ibole soto so ndeka jaba bambe 12 le do tanni fula jaba bottle jaba karo wala tin buka jabo sam so wa don ka ke tatim ne ti jos min natra naman na betia so nalma ke wanyama hani nyim ba dami fon aman ja baxe ya jara abe mor hanni sawunta am ate ku kala nyinga bola bara nying abe nyokri me nyamen teng ni sawunta ala tilifula.
The future plans of CESAD is to make sure that whatever the project has delivered for the beneficiaries is maintained for sustainability. That's why we are working with the Solicitor Federation, who at the end of the project are to coordinate the sustainability of all these cold stores and all the supports that we have during the project that they had. So we are training them, and we will continue to train them on how to make sure that they better manage these facilities and all the other development that the project bring for them. So that's why we believe that the capacity building of the federation is very key, and we are definitely working on to build their capacities so that at the end of the day there is sustainability in all these facilities. Definitely we don't want to think about extending right now, because we want to exhaust this project this year, and yes, we are definitely working so hard to finish the CESAD project, but then that doesn't mean that we will stop the agenda of the project, working towards the agenda of the project. But then the funds that are meant for this project, we want to make sure that we exhaust it, we implement it, and also continue to work with the successes of the project. We will continue to monitor them. Lastly, I will thank the European Union for supporting this project, and our local partners, Aduwag and Jawara. So I will also thank the direct beneficiaries, that's the Solicitor Women's Federation. And what I will just advise, I just have a small advice for them, is that let them maintain the facilities. Let them maintain the facilities, and let them also execute the new techniques, that the new training that they are taught, to better their productivity. So I thank everyone, and it has been a pleasure for the interview. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Nte Tom Fatmata Jangneti, Solicitor Marketing Federation na President. CESAD la programme nata wala jambi bari akatanyo kontano ku balde kat CESAD ye na fami ke federation e masalla watta bakel. CESAD le mo follow di mini ya project follow di mini ya lonko ye call store lo federation le imbankon kan Gambia man call store long CESAD project ko call store samana musoli ye pura marse ko be sonela nyame kat marse wala ka senal batandi sa yedula di la dame yalon ko e sele sene fengol maboje ateti nyala masalla o ketanyo kontano ku batle CESAD kaj mbe duwale bake ila ka makoro ke minna alama ala yo yuruwandiye fonse makoro jama soto bul min yalon ko anenyi manke moye makoro fengoto aya loye ibata wan la nyame ay ne karandi wala fana ibila na ko fana do ko la nyame ay ne karandi wala fana mashallah ko tanyo kontano ku balti o be itentu la bake message on ala molu kata kan afara ke tam moldi mi alon ko amanke mo anyan remonti na anyan tandon abe solicitor bula le baraka aka mek sole ay bula project ko nyun kono ay bule no makajo ko problème be dawda a problème on solve wala mu project manager yati mashallah ni nake tan sanginare jonti kake market solicitor marketing federation la president bal CESAD nte la na president yala ngatrale anibe do ko wala bari ay falindir barake federation kad federation yal ne bita nyamen an yal no ko ibe ngine kela an yal no ko fanan ko ite nyin kela yalo bebe sunna train ne kon so CESAD loto wol beto ani ye fendi na mi yalon ko akete nyon tawti CESAD ya bele kenton
wala ni cold store ko ni albe min ko penke kante train kante sainte ni ko min bekata kante fale london ni sota ko ni kono la ba ni ko cold store ten fale london sota ya ko ni kono la ba o mune fo mo cold store fon nyata ale mi a london ni sota je cold store mo minti e mari nyata la kay man london sota je e se bulo wulin nyata la london dimbe bul mi yalla ko fe faham ro mo minti comme cold store la ko la karwala e mari fanan se bulo nyata la fanan e man london sota je comme yi sonta o e man so o fanan se bulo wulin ko last time nga min kanu jana daru barakat fengo ni do na ko yimbe so ba ni bulo wulin def kile wala kane bulo wulin def la nyawala ni mam bil long hani me bulo wulin e batu fani faham ro ka ko le ni bulo wulin adi mi yalla ko londo soto je ba ka fa mi yalla ka ko kol so la ko de ngal londo soto je la kabira da nyaani fo abe kala tapato ro nyimbe kala nyaani
ni ngo mo sifa so do ya jele wo ben na do ko sone ande
training ning atakuta bakele atakuta nin silo la feofe na trend la ngal ne ko ni londol be sela cold store mi yalon ko yalo nye cold store ning abetama la nyamen anin be fengol kala je be mum fensi fa kala nyodala anin be fensi fa kala nyokan be cold store ning mala nyamen anin be na sola ning fanan ba man kala nyamen cold store ning ba man kala nyame na yen karandi wala mbato to dara gadi no menna jiol mi yalan kon ka ken na bedol kono be jiol ning ba control la nyaman ka nga jiol min bon akasiya bakel atrene ning akumata bakel atrene ning alhamdulillah fo fe nata je ngaji kilo ko ni londo elini londol be sela ken de ma
balu kono
CESAD ya bele ken to la balu ka CESAD min ka kole ya musul ma CESAD yo le sonandi CESAD gadi no samana musole CESAD marsodi musol saya CESAD en to la balu falling completely ye marsa odinna ye gadi no dinna ya bele kenyo tu kar marsa wala mutra problem mod Gambia musol kana ko do ku bar mam marsa so mi e marsa di tala gadi no dila waya bele be CESAD ya bele ban tu me cold store be damento be danam be ende bulodi nyola ta kala ko abe sata dam malto do femba kata federation be bulodi nyola kaje kanyim fengol tamandi kanyen takata manyame nimbo e mako e fengoto projet ko wato soto yam projet ko katal sabe to letel bul ba sustain say auto be mo be dana solliciter la marketing federation dingo be dana ngam bulodi nyola nga cold store ngaje ko ay manage kanyen ta manage nyame anyanta ka manage nyame be mo be dana won
okay ba soro nani munyala
be atol fanan tentu la kadne je modol bento la jele bi rata ko la tol la sabu CESAD la project manager mba tentu la bake mba jey la ayakata be solicitor marketing federation dingol fanan tentu la masalla kata ko moldi min yalan ko berin CESAD dunte kono e fanan sonta CESAD la do ko ya accept ambena de yamar bal fanan tentu la adwak ani NATC ito le keta modi mi yalan ko to le projet ko samana sollicita kam sa ndegina lela fokke tentu ke jayi ala baraka bake be sollicita dingol be konton na ela loku nyimala nyim projet ko kon.
My name is Michael Mendy. I'm the founder of Nolipol Agriculture Enterprise and Consultancy Service. I was contracted by CESAD to conduct a training on water management and cold store operation and maintenance for the project sites. And I am to train 80 participants. Generally, it went well in terms of the water management. Globally, water has been a challenge, and the world is going through a water stress. And if care is not taken, the next world war will be on water crisis. Why do I say this? When you tell people that water is a finite commodity, that one day these resources will be depleted and to the point that we all have to scramble for it, people see you like you're telling stories. And I always make reference of Lake Chad. 5 years ago, if somebody was going to tell you that there is going to be, the Lake Chad was going to dry, you won't believe it. But today we are facing the reality of the world. So water is a finite commodity. Most of the time, when you put drip irrigation for farmers in the rural Gambia, they don't want to use it, which is a labor device mechanism, saving mechanism. They will not want to use it. They want their water trough and use 20-liter container to splash the water on their crops. And that is more or less like washing the nutrients out of the reach of the roots of the crops that they are planting or the vegetables they are planting. And further just splash it, just further taking some of the organism to the leaves of the plants or the fruits, which brings in diseases to the crops. So basically it's a challenge, but yesterday as we went to the garden and we saw them abandoning the drip irrigation system and basically using the water troughs, and you could see water stagnating in their beds because yes, there was water at the time that they were doing the watering. So they just splashed the water, not following the right practices of crop spacing. So that's a challenge, and I think there should be more training on the crop spacing and also water management. And so far so good. Generally they will admit that yes, we are told, but we prefer it this way. As long as we do not see water stagnating, we feel like the crops are stressed. On the operation and maintenance of the solar, the cold store, I think this is first time that they are receiving a training of such, and you could see how they are excited and overwhelmed because there's a lot of post-harvest lost globally, and in Africa it's a big challenge because we don't have processing facilities. So when there is overstock of the produce, a lot of them are wasted because the market is not there. And as you could see, the biggest market here could be Farafenni or Kerawan. And even there, what is the buying power of the residents if it is not Lumo? The Lumos, those are the local market where they sell their produce. So highly perishable crops or fruits like tomato get wasted, so they don't have a way to preserve. I think the project have done a very laudable achievement by providing these cold store facilities. So we took them through the operation and the maintenance of this facility, and you could see the excitement, especially when they go to the cold room and it's like, okay, they are in heaven. And when I shut down the entire system, that is where the battery is, the storage chamber is, the power houses, you see like they open their eyes. And when I put the powerhouse on, you see, okay, yes, light has come. You could see the excitement, and they now believe that, okay, their produce will not be wasted, and this will actually help their economic well-being. Yes, Nye sasa soro le. Ay sasa le soro. Supa me ke man tara kering. Ali a pompele. Alma pompe. So na ele mata nyamin teng. No, nyinti nyata le. Nyinti nyata le. Bale atinyara nyami a nyamin teng a manjara on time bale nyin se continue lola because abe damin teng ibaje la be fenke abe form kan nyami bara na yelata dorong because sasa le amma hanin se tara bun kono killing sasa se doma ase keno dole fenko bala jato le stronta dolti abe continue la. The area of operation and maintenance, they will be able to operate, put on the powerhouse, and able to identify when there is a problem, whether the charging system has a problem, whether the solar system has a problem, and also maintaining the solar system to the point that it is only when you have a big problem that they can call the technician. And how to regulate the temperature in a cold house. I think basically you could see the excitement when we go through the lessons. And if, I think what I would recommend, there should be further training to a smaller committee rather than a large group. The committee that will be responsible for the operation and maintenance of this facility, that training is highly recommended, because that is the people that you can concentrate on them, how to have a logbook to record the goods that are entering, and at what date have they entered, and those goods that are coming, and how to stack all their produce, and also to have an inventory of what is in the cold store. I think that training, an in-depth training of that, is required for the management committee. And I think this should not be left like that, to train a large group of 80 people for only 2 days. That is not sufficient to be able to operate and manage this place. So a training of a smaller committee that is selected by the committee or the solicitor, that is what is highly recommended by our consultancy firm, to be able to dive properly on the data management, inventory, and also stacking of all the produce that they will put in the cold store. Well, we took them also on a smaller model on financial management of this place. Because if you would have lost your entire produce, so if you bring your produce to be stored here, you also have to pay a fees, and that fees should be kept in an account to take care of the operation and maintenance of this place, and also the sustainability of. Over time, the solar's efficiency will reduce, the battery's efficiency will reduce, and they need to be replaced. So it is important that they levy a fee in keeping their produce inside the cold stores, or even in this in the cold stores. Rather, they should levy a fee. So every user should actually pay a fees, because you would have lose your entire product, and it's been preserved for you to be able to attract a higher price when the opportunity arises. So basically, we actually delve into that area, the operation and maintenance fund. They should open an operation and maintenance fund account, which I hope they should actually do as quick as possible, because there's heavy capital investment on these facilities. The amount of solar panel you can see, and the batteries that are kept in this place to keep the place cool and conducive for the agricultural produce to be stored.